Cowboys Nation. Cowboys Nation. How about them Cowboys? The Dallas Cowboys win a playoff game. They take down Tom Brady for the first time ever. 31-14. Let's talk about it.
Looking down the field, Lamb, 10, 5, victory! Touchdown, Ezekiel Elliott. How about the rookie Micah Parsons? What a play!
Defense wins championships, but the Super Bowl is won by the quarterback.
Wow. The Cowboys win in such a dominating fashion. I really didn't expect it. And I'm bringing out the Cap Cup because you got to bring out the Cap Cup because Dakota Prescott's on it and Rain's on the back wall right there and his jersey's right there and there's a photo of him right there and I'm wearing his quarterback hat. God dang, man. This feels amazing. And I want to implore each and every one of you, Cowboys Nation, enjoy the win. Enjoy the hell out of this win. Enjoy it, enjoy it, enjoy it. I have no care in the world for what anyone might come up with in terms of some rebuttal for this win. Oh, well, the Buccaneers aren't this. Oh, Brady's not who Brady. No, because there was a lot of noise from everyone before this game came up. Everyone talking about the 7-0. Everyone talking about the Buccaneers. Everyone talking about postseason Brady. Well, the Dallas Cowboys shut them up. And, at a point, it was just 24-0. And the Cowboys, wow. Proud of this team. I'm glad I chose them to win. I just went with my instinct. I went with my gut. I said that this team has the tendency to prove a lot of people wrong. They've done it all season long. They proved people wrong when they beat the Bengals and Joe Burrow when they came off an abysmal loss against Tampa Bay in the season opener. They came back, they beat the Lions. They came back, they beat the Vikings. They came back, they beat the Eagles. The Cowboys are a special team, and they showed that tonight. A lot to break down in this game, and let's just talk about the mother flipping elephant in the room. He wears the number 4. His name is Dakota Prescott, and he's right there on my wall. Let's look at the stats, shall we? 25 of 33. I'm just reading the completion, and I'm just so excited. Over 300 yards. Oh, wait, it gets better, guys. 4 touchdowns. Oh, wait, he had a 5-touchdown game. I know it says 4, but he ran one in himself on that naked bootleg on 4th and 1 because Mike McCarthy and Kellen Moore had the huevos to go for it on 4th and 1 to say, hey, this is postseason football. We came here to win on the road in our bad luck blues. Enjoy the win, guys. 4 touchdowns, passing touchdowns, 1 rushing touchdown. And let's take a moment to embrace the 0 interceptions. The 0 interceptions from Dak Prescott. I said that he had to play the game of his life, and I meant it. And I know the style that the Cowboys play, where they run the ball, and it allows their quarterback to be a game manager, so to speak. They ran the ball really well tonight. But this is playoff football, and you need your quarterback to play better than just good to win games. You got to have him play great, and the stage was set for Dak Prescott. I was a little worried those first 2 drives. I did not like the way those first 2 drives started, if I'm being honest. I thought the New York Giants looked good their first couple of drives, and I saw the way that we came out, and I was like, this might be a long day. But they adjusted, they ran the ball, and Dak Prescott played fantastic. He played the best game of his career. It was arguable to a point that the Philadelphia Eagles Christmas Eve game was going to be the game of his career. But there was that really bad interception at the beginning of the game. Dak Prescott never threw a pick in this. He was never close to getting fumbled. I don't even know. Well, I think he got sacked. I gotta pump the brakes a little bit. I think he was sacked. If I'm taking a look, he was only sacked one time. But terrific work by the offensive line. Jason Peters, I hope you're good. I hope you're all right. But I think it's two things. I think Tyler Biadasz back as a center, but also Tyler Smith working at left guard. There's not enough talk about him being the offensive rookie of the year. And I also said, while everyone was panicking about the Cowboys choosing Tyler Smith, he was always going to be fine. He was always going to pan out. He was always going to be a solid piece of the offensive line. Never have I spoken ill towards that young man. He's a pivotal part. He's going to be a huge part to the Dallas Cowboys for years to come. Tony Pollard went 15 carries of 77 yards. Zeke went 13 carries of 27 yards. A little bit under the radar. I mean, he could have had a touchdown, but he didn't get in. I still got my worries about Zeke there, but I'm not going to get into that too much because we won a playoff game tonight. And the Cowboys did what they were supposed to do, y'all. Each of these players did what they were supposed to do. Dak Prescott played like a king. And you know it, too, when he's not even hesitating, man. He was running. If he didn't see anything, he wasn't throwing the ball away. He was running. I love it when Dak runs the ball. I love it when he's outside of the pocket doing what he usually does. And good God, man, he played the game of his life tonight. I mean, there's so much pride in how he played, but just amazement. I mean, I can't talk. We got to talk about it. We never forget this moment that Prescott went toe-to-toe with the GOAT Tom Brady and outperformed him, outdueled him. Even my guy Tony Romo never did that. He came pretty close against Peyton Manning, but he lost that game. I know the defense sucked that game, but I mean, do we talk about rebranding here? Dak GOAT Prescott has as many playoff wins as Tony Romo has had and put up one of the most dominant quarterback performances that we've seen in a very long time. Wow, he deserves his praise. Dak Prescott deserves his praise. None of this, well, it was that. No. It's playoffs. It's a week-to-week basis. And he played the heck out of today. CeeDee Lamb, 7 receptions, 95 yards. Oh, no, that's Dalton Schultz. Sorry, 7 receptions, 95 yards, 2 touchdowns. I was a little bit critical of him when he had the holding call in the red zone. I know he's not a good run blocker. But, hey, man, he's become that security blanket for Dak Prescott in that show tonight. CeeDee Lamb got a touchdown, too, where he was wide open. He was wide open. Nobody was covering him. 4 receptions for 68 yards. Michael Gallup. Michael Gallup, man, he's back, man. He looked good tonight. He was making some good catches. What about that first catch? The one where Dak threw it a little bit too high. He went up, he caught it, and he came down with it. It's like, okay, I think Gallup's back for this game. I mean, the distribution of this ball. I mean, 8 different receivers. Dak Prescott was able to get the ball to everyone. And the defense, man, the defense looked fantastic. Micah Parsons, man, he came out like an animal, like the lion he calls himself. Micah Parsons looked fantastic. And I was so surprised when they called the roughing the passer penalty, and they gave that to us. And then they called the holding call on Micah Parsons. I was like, whoa, what's going on here? This never happens. It was a good night. Trayvon Diggs, I feel like he played a little bit conservative. I don't know if that was coached, but I don't know. You know, he missed a few tackles there. But, man, everyone got in on the fun. We stopped Tom Brady. And 31-14. Now let's have a conversation because this is the other elephant in the room. Let's talk about Brett Maher. What the heck was that? What in the world? It's more shock than anger. It really is. And I get that we won the game, and it might be different if it bit us and it came back. So disappointing because he's had such a great bounce back season, right? He's made a lot of key kicks for us. He's in crucial moments. And then just a complete meltdown of mental strength and the ability to make another kick. Oh my gosh, 4 missed extra extra points? God, wow. Now, I admit I understand why he was out there for the third. Because I get the first you miss, okay. The second one you miss, I was trying to give you confidence to get it back. But then third is kind of pushing it. But I'm still going to try to give you an opportunity. But I think what really played into that decision was the tempo of the game. Because the Cowboys at that point were up 24-0. And so I think you give yourself a little cushion to say, okay, here's the third one. Let's try it. And then he didn't. And then at that point, the game was kind of over. Then we kicked the fourth one. And then just, wow. I mean, he finally hit one, right? Thank God he finally hit one. That's an interesting situation going into next week that we probably want to keep our eye on. I just hope it doesn't bite us. But I don't want to spend too much time on that because it was such a fun night. And the Cowboys came out. They won a road playoff game. They won in their blue jerseys. And they defeated Tom Brady and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Just so much to go over. This team has exceeded what I thought this team was going to do this season. Personally, I thought they were going to be 10-7. And when you look at the roster that they had compared to last year, I think last year's roster was better. And so that's why I thought this year's team wasn't going to get as many wins. Now we tied. Both teams got 12-5 records. But this team is obviously the better team now because they got a playoff win. Wow. This team continues to surprise. And it's the camaraderie. It's the teamwork. It's the essence of being a team. I mean, I really feel it that these guys are playing for one another. And that's what you need. Not only as a playoff team, but now they are officially a road playoff team. Like, you're going to have to, if you want to get to the Super Bowl, you're going to have to go on the road. And you went to Tampa and you won 31-14. And now we got to go to San Francisco. I'm excited for this game. And I think it brings up a lot of possibilities of what if. And I like our chances. And I feel good about, I feel better about San Francisco than I did leading up to the game here in the wild card against Tampa Bay, believe it or not. But I will go over that when that pregame prediction comes out. But I am proud of this team. Be proud of your Dallas Cowboys. Not only did they go 12-5, but they won a postseason game. But it wasn't just any postseason game. They won on the road, and they defeated Tom Brady, who Tom Brady was 7-0 against the Dallas Cowboys. And for the first time ever, he lost to the Dallas Cowboys. And that record will always be stained now. He's now 7-1. That's unbelievable. Guys, I'm going to take a moment here to get a little bit personal. Obviously, I've been watching football a lot. And I remember watching Tom Brady and the Patriots play the Dallas Cowboys when they were coached by Bill Parcells and Quincy Carter was a quarterback, and we lost 12-0. That was 2003. And ever since, I can tell you exactly every single of those games, all 7 of them. And I even went to the one at the beginning of the season. That's crazy to beat Tom Brady. That's crazy. He's obviously the GOAT, in my opinion, and I'm a huge fan of him. So to beat him is a huge sign of respect, in my opinion. But man, wow. This team won a playoff game, guys. This team won a playoff game. Just think about that for a moment. This team won a playoff game. Wow. And they won it on the road. And they won it against a pretty good opponent. And now their confidence is through the roof right now, guys. They are a dangerous playoff team. And they're going up against another good team. It's going to be a clash. And like I said during the season, the NFC is wide open. There's not a clear dominant team right now. There's not a clear dominant contender right now. It's open. And what you know what's out of the final 4 teams in the NFC, 3 of them are NFC East teams. Wow, think about that. And the Cowboys have defeated both of them. Swept the Giants, beat the Eagles once, obviously without Jalen Hurts. But it does, sound nice when you say it that way. So, anything could happen. and the NFC is wide open. And the Cowboys have a really good opportunity, and they got to take it a play at a time, and especially a game at a time. But tip your hats off to Dak Prescott. He gets a lot of criticism, and man, oh man, there was a lot going into today's game. After the awful performance, and I think that's why it's so frustrating, right? Is that we know what he's capable of. And so when you see a game like you did against the Commanders, it's hella frustrating, as it should be, because you know what he's capable of. But man, the mental fortitude that Dak Prescott has, not only is that impressive as a person, but it is downright incredible as a leader, as a quarterback for the Dallas Cowboys. Hats off to you for an incredible game and leading this team to a postseason win. And congratulations on your second of your career. You get to say that you beat Russell Wilson and the Seattle Seahawks, but you will always get to say that you beat Tom Brady and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Wow. Tip your hats off. I'm going to take a drink of my Cap Cup because it's celebration time. And enjoy it, man. Enjoy it. Enjoy it. Take tomorrow off. Whatever you need to do. The Cowboys won. And we got another week of football. And I can't wait to break it down with you guys. We got one more week. And I like our chances. Be sure to hit like. Be sure to subscribe for more Cowboys content because we'll be here for at least one more week. The Cowboys won. And yeah, it feels pretty good. How about them Cowboys? I'll see you guys next video.
Looking down the field, Lamb, 10-5, victory! Touchdown, Ezekiel Elliott. How about the rookie Micah Parsons? What a play!
Defense wins championships, but the Super Bowl is won by the quarterback.